Okay, hi, so welcome to this video. And in this video, I thought it would be nice if we tried a bit of mantra, which invokes a sense of the ancient ways, and it's not really affiliated to any one lineage. The words are in English, and it's a mantra I hear a lot in the circles which I'm involved with. So it might be familiar to some of you, but imagine a lot of you won't have heard it. But I do hear it within the Druidic circles, in the pagan communities, as well as the more conscious festival scene in the UK. So I hope you like it. It's very simple words, and it invokes the elements and the embodiment of the elements that we have. And this particular version works on the four elements: earth, fire, water, and air, which correspond, of course, to the four cardinal directions. And it's a lovely thing to sing when we want to resonate and remind ourselves of the four elements which we embody, which brings us into alignment with nature and with, of course, the elements and the elementals themselves. And shamanism is all about getting in touch with the spirits of the elements and the spirits of nature that surround us and are available to us to communicate with and to commune with, to communicate with and to commune with. Because really that's essentially what the shamanic path is all about, to become subtle enough that we can realize the interdimensional nature of reality. So pulling away from the veil of just seeing what's physically in front of us and peering behind the veil and seeing the many levels of reality that underpin that, and the devas and elementals and spirits and the fae and the she, more commonly known as the fairy and the elven, are, of course, one example of beings which our ancestors, the Celtic shamans and wizards and witches of ancient Europe, did practice a communication and a commune with, to look for guidance and to look for wisdom, and also to check in that we are operating in a way that is in harmony with their folk, because what we do on this plane does affect the beings on that plane and vice versa. And the relationship used to be far more reciprocal in the past, and there was a synergy and an understanding, a relationship of sorts between the worlds, which of course has really passed into the background in the modern age, as we have become increasingly focused on the material world with the exclusion of the spiritual world, where we've become increasingly fascinated by our own technology, which has caused a certain sense of abandoning and neglecting our responsibilities as custodians of the natural world and the animal kingdom, not to mention our responsibilities for the beings that live on the more subtle planes of reality, which science does not yet acknowledge. And there are big reasons for that. It's because science really has always established itself as a pillar of knowledge which focuses only on what you can experience with the senses, of the five senses, essentially what you can see, what you can touch, and as a completely different way of perceiving reality to religion. So even now, in this day and age, when the quantum physics is beginning to open up, there is still this kind of mindset that science takes, which is that our spirituality is essentially, it's a bit of a taboo area. But that is changing, and I do believe we will see those walls between science and spirituality breaking down a lot more. And so it's a very exciting time to be alive. So hopefully you're ready, sitting comfortably. Always doesn't really matter how you sit when we're getting into meditative space. It's good to have contact with the earth by sitting on the earth, having a straight spine, and getting in a sense of being rooted and anchored into the energy of this sacred earth below us, feeling into the elements all around us, the earth below, the water in our blood moving around our body, the air of our breath as we begin to focus inward, begin to feel into the rhythm of our breath. And as we feel into the rhythm of our heart beating, we can feel into the fire, the spark of light and fire that gives rise to the mysterious heartbeat that keeps us animated. We can call in the dragons of earth, fire, water, and air. As we call in the dragon fire, we call in the sacred wyvern, the union of the divine masculine and feminine, the divine secret sacred fire that gives rise to transformation and inspires us to work in alignment with nature and with the elementals and with all of those dragons that dwell in the other world. We're going to go for 7 minutes. The words are: earth, my body; water, my blood; air, my breath; and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body; water, my blood; air, my breath; and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body; water, my blood; air, my breath; and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body; water, my blood; air, my breath; and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body; water, my blood; air, my breath; and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body; water, my blood; air, my breath; and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body; water, my blood; air, my breath; and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body; water, my blood; air, my breath; and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body; water, my blood; air, my breath; and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body; water, my blood; air, my breath; and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body; water, my blood; air, my breath; and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body; water, my blood; air, my breath; and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body; water, my blood; air, my breath; and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body; water, my blood; air, my breath; and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body; water, my blood; air, my breath; and fire, my spirit. my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. 1 minute left. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. One last time. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. In the silence, feel the dragon fire from your spirit, giving rise to the beating of your heart, like the beating of the drum that guides us inward to the otherworldly realm, where the elementals are close, giving thanks to the earth that gives rise to our body, giving thanks to the sacred waters that flow and emanate us, giving rise to the blood that courses through our veins, giving thanks to our breath that keeps us alive and can communion and communication of the relationship with the inner and the outer, these two worlds, unites with our breath, with the element of air. Giving thanks to the dragon of fire, of water, of earth and air. Giving thanks to the elementals. Giving our respect and thanks to our ancestors and to the ancestors of this land, where we now stand, wherever you may be. We'll close with 3 Arwens, the goddess of fire and inspiration. Thank you. Many blessings, brothers and sisters. See you in the next video.